Why are Spiked doing articles called Yes, I Am a Race Denier? Race denier? What the hell's one of those? They don't deny their race, so why should we? Oh, we should because we're being conquered, right? But people always say, no, it's not a racial issue, it's a cultural issue. But then they're the first ones to turn it around and say that it's, oh, you're being racist if you're insulting their culture. So it's not a racial issue, but it is when you want it to be. Right. I mean, we all used to deny race. We used to deny our race because we were told to live and let live and just treat people as people and say we all bleed the same blood colour, etc. And that seemed to be true until the balance was out of our favour. And now they're shutting us down, stopping white people getting jobs in the BBC and other places and clearing them out because there's too many white men. And it's just completely racist. It's turned everyone into obsessed with racial thinking and has actually made us reconsider whether it was right to say that we're all the same. Because we're clearly not, are we? Different races have different standards, don't they? There are different commonalities in the statistics between various races all around the world. Western people don't have live animals in their markets squirming around that you cut into or torture to death when you eat them. That's an Oriental trait, because Oriental people have less of a capacity for empathy. I think that's fair to say. And anyone who has a granddad who was tortured in the prisoner of war camps in Japan will definitely understand that. That's not insulting them, and that's not something to fear. Why don't we all just celebrate our differences? What about Brazilians? Brazilians have a greater capacity to care and much more maternal. But statistically, black people fall behind in education all around the world. That shouldn't be a contentious point. That shouldn't be a statistic where people say, oh, you're being hateful. No, I'm being factual. Why are the Arabs never called out for enslaving black Africans in Libya? Everyone has their own various form of racism. It even manifests across, racism in quotation marks. It even manifests across social media and dating apps. People say, no Orientals or white preference or no black or no fat or no this or that. And someone's going to be offended by that. Obviously, I was disgraceful that I saw people saying no fat people, no this, no that. Even things I can't say in videos. And things that the algorithm just automatically deletes on YouTube comments. Because you see, the standard is completely double. It's gone the other way. You've got a black person on stage saying white people are scum. I think we should get rid of all the white people in this country and turn it into whatever they want to say. I'm not going to say it right now, but they could say that and be celebrated. And the mayor, Sadiq Khan, would come out and say, oh, it's wonderful. We need to spend more money on these people. Who cares about white flight? No one cares about these racist white people that are in our country. When I think the truth is we're probably the least racist race on earth. That is also why straight white men are having difficulty dating, lads nowadays are having difficulty dating women, because they go to Asian men increasingly and people that are migrating over, because they're less concerned with being politically correct and less worried about sexism and less worried about pronouns and less worried about namby-pamby wokeness. The people coming over don't care about that, so they're preferable because women want a man. All kinds of things happen like that they don't expect them to, because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So, for example, when they had the idea of putting CEOs of each companies as women, appointing them, saying that they'll appoint more women, they'll employ more women, what did? They employed more men, so they could boss them around. Didn't quite go according to plan, did it? And Jordan Peterson has been the one to shoot down the equal pay narrative, because there's all kinds of reasons why women have different earnings to men. They have different lifestyles, different lifestyle choices, and shouldn't men get more money for being more dangerous jobs, etc., like all the mechanical things in industry? And there's all kinds of rewritings of history saying that women have always done this throughout history. Well, in that case, there wasn't any women's rights movement then, was there? There's like all kinds of historical programs on the BBC that say black people have always been in this country. Actually, everywhere. Well, in that case, there was no civil rights movement then, was there? There was no acceptance in this country at one point, because they were always accepted, weren't they? So let's just rewrite history and make it woke. We could try and fight it and restore common sense, but I don't think it's allowed.